How is it going, you lovely lot? Welcome back to Manchester United. To kick things off today, I thought we'd look at my manager profile, and I would love to know how you're enjoying Football Manager 26's change to staff attributes. I think there is ultimately going to be mods that come out with numbers, but if you've been playing the game a little while, do you like the text? Do you not like the text? I don't think I like it. I'm not sure if that's unpopular or not, though. I digress, though. Today we are back for a big episode. Yesterday we played 4 matches live. Today it's a slightly more small episode in terms of the number of matches. The significance of them, rather big, though. And that is because today full focus is on the Champions League, where we are on the quarterfinals taking on PSG. The first leg is away from home. And in this universe, PSG are quite good. They're top of Ligue 1 by 21 points. As for ourselves, we have continued our sensational league and cup form as of late. Of course, we won some massive games last episode, and since last episode, 3 matches played, 3 wins. The first, 3-0 against Everton, was delightful. Following on from that, a nice win against Nottingham Forest. A late Sesko goal won it for us. There were some great passing moves in this game, just some really nice football. And over in the FA Cup, with a rotated team ahead of this PSG game, we still managed to beat an Ipswich Town team that a couple of months ago we couldn't beat with the first team. And well, as for the FA Cup, the semi-final has been penciled in. We're going to Wembley, and we've been drawn against Championship Wolves. West Ham are in the other semi-final. Imagine if we get a rematch against them in the FA Cup, having beaten them in the Carabao. Now, since you were last here, we have had our youth intake. Of course, I am using the new gen face pack. I covered it in a video last week covering Football Manager mods. If you didn't see it, it's much upgraded this year. The faces are automatically applied. And while speaking of faces applied, look at the faces that have been given to these players and how good these players are. Tedan Van Wyk is the best of the bunch. 17 heading, 11 jumping reach. Is a bit of a shame with that greater heading ability. But he's got good two-footedness, 15 years old striker. Technically, he's very, very good. And even from a physical point of view, I know there's not many kind of attributes above a 10 here, but lots of 9s and 8s. And if they all improve, if he fulfills this potential, he could be quality. We also got Tommy Owen, the Welsh youngster, is a defensive midfielder who, again, lacks in the physical department, but makes up for that with his technicals and mentals. Also, very two-footed. And the last of the players labelled as a top prospect is Adam Donnelly Turner, 15 years old, centre attacking mid who can play out on the left. If I'm being honest, his current ability isn't all that good. But you know what? Bit of potential. Maybe he can improve. Unfortunately, despite us winning a couple of matches since you were last here, it's not looking great for our title hopes. Win a game in hand on Liverpool, we would still trail them by 8 points, and there is only 8 games left of the season for us. That said, finishing top 5, guaranteeing Champions League football, looks almost like a surefire thing at this point. Now, in terms of team news, just one big player missing at the moment, and it is Ahmad. Of course, he did get injured with that sports hernia. He missed the last game of last episode. Still out for a while with it. Maybe back for the second leg. I think it would be rushing him back if we were to bring him in. But if we do just look at the first team and kind of the degree of rotation, you can see I have been trying to manage the minutes of our players. Murillo has the most matches of any outfield player. He has 46 games to his name. I think that is just a testament to how important he is. His ability to play defensive mid, left back and centre back with the defensive shapes we play is a very, very big thing. But as we scroll further down, you can see there are plenty of players now with double-figure starts who are outside of the starting 11 that I've selected for this Champions League tie. And in terms of performances, well, Esteval is really just leading the way. 13 goals, 14 assists, 7.31 rating for the youngster. And elsewhere, Livramento, another one of the new arrivals this year, has just hit the ground running. And in fact, you can see, looking at the season preview, he is our only representative in the Media Dream 11 at right back, and he is really, really good at it. As for our opposition today, of course, it is PSG. They are absolutely tearing it apart in the league. Ousmane Dembele and Kvaratskhelia just top draw. Desiree Doué has the best rating at a 7.79. This guy has some mad potential in game. My scouts are recommending him. I don't think I could afford him right now. The takeover talks have been rumbling on still. There was actually at one point me being told, hey, we're in the process of a board takeover. We're not anymore. That has been quashed. I do always get a little bit paranoid going into these big European games of kind of the attacking shape that we like to play with just the 2 centre-backs, with one of the centre-backs stepping up into midfield, that we could be in risk of kind of leaving a 2-on-2 at the back. The good news is, in all likelihood, PSG are just going to play with the 1 striker, so I don't need to adapt too much against them from an attacking point of view. That said, probably not going to come as a shock today. We are going to go to our more defensive system. The defensive 4-2-3-1 is something we've used again and again in Europe to pretty good success. Admittedly, obviously, we did lose against Roma away from home, but if we can go into the second leg at home against PSG with a 1-goal deficit, I kind of back us to get the win here. And in goal, of course, we have Lucas Chevalier, the former PSG man. We signed him from them. How much was it we bought him for? It wasn't cheap. £48 million. Hopefully we're going to show them what they're missing with him, and hopefully he's going to have a big game for us. It is a little bit of a shame that we don't have Ahmad for today's game. I may well have been tempted to start him at centre, attacking mid, but Mora, having scored in that cup final, has come back from injury, still building up a little bit of fitness, but I feel like he's the kind of player we have to start in this game today. It's the quarterfinals of the Champions League. We're away from home for the first leg, and I'm going to hope that we can hit the ground running. We don't need to have a lot of possession as long as we can catch them on the break. 21 minutes played here. We've not had any highlights at all. It's been a bit of a tame opening. Maybe that could change here as Esteval floats it in. It wasn't the best ball in, but we retain possession. Bruno, Yoro, Murillo. Oh my word, he's hit the post. Dorgu dinks it. It might have been a cross. I mean, it was a chance of sorts. I can't believe Murillo shot to the left back. I don't know what possessed him, but it nearly flew in. In some ways, I wanted him to have another shot there. The post is still shaking, and Sesko is injured. That could be bad. I don't want to admit it too loudly. He has got 26 goals for the year, and we are a little bit of a one-man band with him. I mean, the player I'm going to bring in is going to have to be Ryan, but from a goal-scoring point of view, 6 goals in 38 games, I need the 20-year-old to start stepping up. Gonna hope that's nothing serious, and he's back for the second leg. Mora's got injured as well. What do I do? I'm about to use my second stoppage. I mean, I guess I've got the option of Cunha or Rashford. I'm going to go with Rashford at attacking midfield. But, yeah, you get 3 stoppages in a game. I've used 2 of them inside the first 40 minutes with 2 injuries that I'm really hoping aren't that serious. I even rotated the team ahead of this game. Against Ipswich, I played a B team to try and minimise the risk of injuries because I'm acutely aware that the kind of match load has been intense on certain players in the squad. But to get both Mora and Sesko off the pitch injured, 2 of our attackers, that is going to leave us blunted. As now PSG are on the attack, and Vitinha scores a stupendous effort. Our backs were going to be up against the wall anyway. Never mind before they score a goal like that. Half-time, a goal down. I mean, it feels pretty harsh. Admittedly, we've not had a shot on target in this game. But with the injuries we've had and the way in which we've been able to limit them, I feel like we were worth at least a 0-0. The dilemma for me now is I'm only allowed 1 more stoppage to make subs. So when I do commit to my next subs, that is that. And of course, if we do get an injury after I've made the changes on a stoppage, I'm stuck playing down a man. So I'm almost scared to make any changes. Maybe I need to, though. Hakimi doubles PSG's lead. It's his first goal in the Champions League this season. He gets it through Bruno's legs, charges down on goal, and just tucks it very tidily into the bottom corner. 3 shots on target for them, a 0.4 XG. They've scored 2 goals, and of course, in terms of our ability to, well, try and answer with a goal of our own, I'm feeling a little... What's the word? Not optimistic. Unoptimistic about what's going on. But maybe it can change. Esteval is a man who needs moments of brilliance. That didn't look in the box to me. There's a penalty check. I'll be pleasantly surprised if it was in the area. I don't think it is. I think this is Football Manager trying to wind me up more. The VAR is checking it. Was it in the box? No. And I kind of knew that. PSG with a free kick here. They've not had a shot on target since they scored. Imagine... if they score another hit, they've hit the woodwork, it's headed over. This has not been enjoyable. I was thinking in my head, with 20 minutes left, that's probably the time to go ahead and make, a trio of substitutes with my final stoppage. Unfortunately, that might be leaving it too late because PSG are commanding possession as they have for large spells of this game. And we are chasing shadows, and if they were to get a third, I hate to say it, it could be game over. Also, what is this? Why was I shown that as a highlight? I'm going to make some changes. Embuemo on for Esteval. Bazuma, I think, in for Buadi. And I think at left back, or left mid rather, bringing in Henry just makes sense at this point for Dorgu. Trio of subs lined up. There's actually a highlight going on in the background. If we score, would I cancel the changes? If they score, would I cancel them? I'm not sure I would. Dorgu, it might be his last bit of action on the pitch. The left back. What a run this is. Cuts inside. Flashes it across the face of goal. It just needed a touch from someone, but no one was there. Changes are made. We've got Basuma on. We've got a new left wing back. We've got a new centre attacking mid in Embuemo, who will, of course, play at right mid without possession. The ball's played forward. I thought Ryan was going to be under it. A goal would be huge if we could get it from somewhere. Basuma stepping up with the ball, fresh off the bench, skips past a man, options in the middle, plays it across, and Mbeumo hits the outside of the post. I mean, we've had just the one shot on target. There's been opportunities for us in this game. I don't feel like we've been completely outclassed. But if it was to be 3-0, it would look like that on the scoreline, wouldn't it? And whilst I'm concerned about this goal, I'm also concerned thinking ahead to those injuries and kind of how serious they might be. Zaire-Emery inside, shoots over. Good save by Chevalier. I just want the full-time whistle to go. And it's not going. We've made a habit this year of conceding last-minute equalisers. A last-minute misery compiler here would be the last thing I want to see. Pacho scores. It's 3-0. And we are being humbled here in the Champions League. I will maintain, I think 3-0 is very, very harsh on the balance of play. At the same time, you can't lose 3-0 in the Champions League and expect to make it through. It's going to take a sensational turnaround in the second leg. And, well, any hope of a comeback will be made more difficult by the severity of these injuries. Mora's out for 10 days to 2 weeks, so he'll be out the second leg. Sesko, 5 to 10 days. I think he might not be back too. Pep Guardiola, satisfied with his win. Do one, Pep. Midweek, we are taking on Norwich City away from home. With respect to the Norwich faithful, not the priority. I'm coming back, Old Trafford, playing host to PSG. Let's try and make a dreamy comeback happen. Well, good news, we did manage to beat Norwich City, and Mbeumo, hat-trick. And with that right there, has he thrown himself in contention to start at striker for this next game? He might have done. Unfortunately for today's game, Murillo not able to start. He is still out with an injury that he picked up midweek. Sesko passed a fitness test to play 60 minutes, but to be honest, I think I'm better off having him on the bench and throwing him on if the comeback is needed and feels possible. Mora, who also got injured in that last game, is only fit enough for 60 minutes. He'll be on the bench too. The only silver lining really going into today's game, Ahmad, fit enough to play a little bit. You can see here, passed a fitness test for 75 minutes. He wasn't available for the last game. He has been a very good player for us this year. Gonna hope he can come up trumps. Admittedly, the Champions League isn't really where he's shone. De Ligt is going to come in for Murillo in the heart of the defence. Yoro is going to play at centre-back, and Gueye is going to have to play that versatile defender role elsewhere. I mentioned it. Ahmad's back in the team, and Mbeumo gets the nod as the striker. He was the difference maker as we did secure Europa League football against Norwich City. I'm going to hope he can be the difference maker going into this game here. We're at home. We need a monumental comeback. And while in terms of PSG's team, they've not really rotated it. Although there's no Barcola, but they have got Doué out wide. Their team's just very good. This is my 100th game in charge as manager. If we come back here, it will be one of the most memorable ones. It will be a night the fans talk about for a long old while. To start this game, I am going to go with the more defensive 4-2-3-1, but if we get to half an hour and we don't feel like scoring, I'm probably going to go to the more aggressive and attacking kind of 4-4-2. Just to try and chase the game. It's going to leave us more open, but we're at a point really with where 3 goals down. We need a goal. We need it early. Livramento delivers it. The right back scores another. It's 4 goals for him in the Champions League. The finish here, by the way, absolutely stupendous. Ahmad plays it through. The right back takes it on. The number 3 with a number 9-like finish. The keeper could only get a hand to it. Okay, well, maybe I don't need to go to the more attacking system just yet, although you have to assume PSG are going to go on the attack in this game, and when they do, we're going to have to be at our best defensively. They've got some crazy talent. They're knocking the ball around very nicely here, it has to be said. Vitinha scored last game, plays it forward. I'm not enjoying this. That shot, just the wrong side of the post as far as PSG are concerned. It's a good start on the scoreline. I will say, in terms of shots and possession, I feel like PSG are having a little bit too much for my liking. On the one hand, you know, if this was a single-legged game and we're a goal up, I would say this is fine, but I know that we need to seize the opportunities that come our way, and if we're not going to create enough, we have to be clinical going forward. Could we be clinical here? Rico Henry holds up nicely. Gueye shoots just over. If you were wondering, by the way, about Rico Henry's inclusion, purely a tactical one. I just feel like he's the player in slightly better form over Dorgu. Bruno, a man who's not been in form much. We've hit the crossbar. Gueye, keep it alive. The near post header. Another half chance, really. And we could have cut the deficit to just 1 goal there. Instead, the woodwork denies us. But Livramento's bringing it forward. The goal scorer. That was not his finest moment. There's going to come a point where I need to try and get more of the ball, but I will say, you know, we've had the same number of shots as them now. I feel like we've grown into this game a little bit after PSG had a good start. Plenty of men behind the ball here as Doué brings it forward. Can we deal with this whip ball in? Livramento nods it away, and now we look to break with Ahmad. Plays it forward. Mbeumo looked offside. He looked so far off. He doesn't finish it anyway. And he was onside. He was onside and he's missed it. That makes the miss so much worse. I just assumed he was offside because the effort was so poor. It was a golden opportunity. And at the break, we're winning. We're only winning 1-0. And the match momentum in a game where we need 2 goals, not great. I will say match momentum is very heavily skewed towards possession, which obviously we've not had here. But I do feel like I've got to risk it for a biscuit. And I think now is the time to take that risk. I'm going to go to the more attacking system. We're going to press higher and harder. And in fact, I'm going to encourage Bouhaddi to play as a pressing defensive midfielder. They're not playing with a centre attacking mid in this game. They're playing with 2 centre mids and a DM. So I do feel like we can afford to press up that little bit more. I'm looking at the bench thinking, do I want to make any personnel changes now? Like, is it worth bringing on Sesko with his injury for Mbeumo? Oh, you know what? I'm going to roll the dice and risk it. Hopefully he doesn't aggravate his injury. Okay, change of tack in the second half. We've got to go for it. It's been a good performance so far, but we need a great performance. And well, we left ourselves so much to do. We knew it was a tall order. 3 goals down against PSG after the first leg, and it could get worse here. That is a crazy run. It's headed away by De Ligt. PSG on the attack still, not showing any degree of complacency and wanting to maybe defend and lock things down at the back. They want to play forward, and if they keep playing like that, there's going to be space in behind for us to try and make stuff happen. Livramento to Sesko. Back to Livramento. Can he put the ball into a dangerous area? No. No, he should not have shot there, should he? He's had 1 great finish and 2 absolute stinkers. I've had to watch him do whatever that was in a highlight. We're coming up to an hour played here. Look at the stats. This game has swung a little bit. I mean, they're still having more of the ball than I would like, but we are creating stuff of our own. I'm going to bring in Mora here, and I think I kind of want to take off Ahmad. But Ahmad's having a good game, but Ahmad's not fit. Now, you know what? I'm going to take off Ahmad, and then I'm going to play Esteval out on that right-hand side. That is going to be my game plan here. Was getting ready to be a bit more attacking with our approach as we approach, well, 15 minutes left. But there is a highlight. There is a chance. Get a goal here. PSG surely going to have squeaky bum time. Rico Henry, not had the best of games today. Plays it towards Bruno. Options in the middle if he can pick them out. Little bit isolated. Picks out Bouhaddi. Could we? Could we get comfy in your chair, everyone? The comeback's on. Bouhaddi's running back to the halfway line. Bruno here turned and looked so isolated, but Bouhaddi just arrives at the perfect moment to sweep it in on his left foot into the bottom corner. I've still got time to make 2 more stoppages if I want to. Dorgu I'm going to bring in for Henry. Esteval is looking a little worse for wear. Oh, who do I bring in here? Do I bring in Rashford? I think I bring in Marcus. Like, in Football Manager terms, he is so good. And I do feel like his pace is going to be useful against a tiring defence. And if it goes to penalties, he is very good at them. 10 minutes remain. We need the next goal. If PSG get 1, you'd think that is that. 2 goals to kind of turn around in the last 10 minutes would feel like a tall order. But you know what? 3 goals felt like a tall order with 90 minutes remaining. We're on the attack here. Dorgu, fresh off the bench, gives it to Mora. Options in the middle. Needs to hold it up. Gives it to Dorgu. Sesko's there! Oh, my word. Oh, my word. The comeback has happened. It's not happened yet. It's not happened. Just remain calm. It's not happened yet. All the subs have linked up. Mora, Dorgu, Sesko, carrying a knock, does not care. Scores. I'm staying on the front foot here. We're at home. I can taste blood. PSG have done nothing in this second half. Like, we have shut them down playing this pressing style of play. And there's 2 minutes left for one team to maybe prevent it going to extra time here. Of course, no away goals in the Champions League for a few years now. As things stand, of course, away goals, the exact same. Neither team was able to score away. They scored 3 at home. Could we score 4? Mora's bringing it forward. Sesko's in the middle. Sesko's there! Oh, my word! It's one of the craziest comebacks you're going to see in a Football Manager series this year. And that, my friends, is stupendous. Mora to the byline, on his left foot, fizzes it in. Sesko finishes it. There's a minute left on the clock. we're going to a Champions League semi-final. And the way in which we've done it is absolutely ridiculous. Wow. Oh, what do I do now? I was making plans in my head. You know, next episode we can do the FA Cup semi-final, the FA Cup final, end the season because we're out the Champions League. We're not out yet, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my word. We're drawn in the next round against Barcelona. It's not the nicest of draws, is it? I would have rather have had Porto. I mean, Sesko saved to bring on off the bench if I thought there was a hope. There was a hope, and he delivered. So looking at our end to the season, we do have the FA Cup semi-final. I'm not going to worry about that too much. The Champions League final is a much bigger thing, and I would like to think we can beat championship opposition. But yeah, Barcelona, we're 3 games away from winning a Champions League in Season 2 with Manchester United. It would be biblical, especially after that comeback there. Well, I can't promise you episodes quite as eventful as this one every day of the week, but we will be back tomorrow with a video that you're definitely going to want to come back for. If you've enjoyed this video, goes without saying, leave a like, feed it into the algorithm. People deserve to see this one, and you deserve to have an episode tomorrow, which I'll see you guys for next time. It is me, Jack. Thank you so much for watching the series as always. I'm going to talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.